to him until you go insane. That's all my advice. Alright, get going. Talk.
I don't want to. Let me start over. I said, lately I've been thinking about the preoccupations you humans,
Someone's dying,
especially
finally.
Americans, have with media. It seems as if the subjects most of you like to talk about are not politics or philosophy, but rather movies and television. I'd like to know more about what your interests are in these areas. So, first off, since you are in fact human, I'm assuming you like to watch movies. Tell me, do you prefer renting them or going to the cinema?
Movies.
Yes, the in-theater movie experience can be extremely exciting. It's fun seeing images portrayed on a huge screen. In fact, that's how I see most of my world through this aquarium glass. It's like I'm watching a movie 24 hours a day. Although I can't say this is the most exciting film ever. In fact, the plot could use a little thickening, if you know what I mean. Do you go with your friends?
Yes.
That's good. Spending time with friends is always nice. Just make sure all your quality time together isn't spent sitting in a dark theater not talking to each other.
Talk.
No.
Yes. Ask me a question.
I'm fascinated that not only are there so many movie lovers, but there are so many completely different types of movies. Which type do you like? Horror films? Westerns? What?
Action.
You dig action
Actually,
adventure
no.
movies, huh?
No.
Okay,
gonna change
let's
that.
try
I
this
forgot about
again,
sci-fi.
shall we? What type of movies do you like?
Sci-fi.
You like far-out worlds and concepts, huh?
What? Yeah.
So you're familiar with the term nerd, yes? I understand your attraction to these movies. They offer another reality. A reality based on aliens, monsters, strange encounters. Much more exciting than real life.
Ask me a question.
I have nothing to say.
Yes, you do. Talk.
Talk is overrated.
Blah, blah, blah.
I don't know.
Ask me a question.
So, what would you say is your all-time favorite movie?
I don't know.
Oh, that's all right. I know it's difficult to choose, especially if you're hopelessly indecisive.
I am. He knows me so well. Ask me a question. Ask me a question.
I don't want to.
Yes, you do. Talk.
Well, we were talking about movies, but the biggest influence on your culture has got to be television. A lot of people these days own 2, 3, or more. Tell me, how many hours per week would you say you spend watching TV?
Per week? 7.
You only watch a little bit? Is that right?
Yes.
That's pretty impressive considering just how much TV there is to watch these days. It's hard to avoid it.
Oh, look at his hands. Ask me a question.
So when you do watch TV, what type of shows are your favorites? Sitcoms? Cartoons? What?
Cartoons.
You're a cartoon junkie, huh?
Yes.
They're wonderful because they don't have the limits of live characters and scenes. Literally anything can happen, and that's exciting.
He understands me. Talk to me. Excuse me, I'm burping. Talk to me.
Well, thanks for telling me a little about your TV habits. This little box seems to have grabbed a hold of people's minds so inextricably, but you don't really seem to be the typical specimen. Maybe you prefer to get your experience live and not through a glass screen. I think
So enough
that's
time.
worthy of some praise, don't you? Just don't get a big head about it.
No! At least you didn't say the effort. Ask me a question.
So I'm going to go out on a limb here and assume you like music. It's another medium you humans are fascinated with. Well, what kind of music do you listen to? Rock, hip-hop, what?
Rock.
You like classic rock, do you?
Not classic, but... No.
Let's try that
Oops, I
again.
pressed A too soon.
What type of music do you listen to?
Hard rock.
You're a fan of metal, huh?
Yes.
You're not going to bite my head off or anything, are you, Ozzy?
Talk.
Blah, blah, blah.
Are you upset with your brother up
Happy.
there? Ask me a question.
Now I want to ask you about the most important medium of all, the printed word. Tell me, do you enjoy reading?
Yes.
You like to, huh?
Yes.
That's great. Reading is the greatest of all forms of entertainment because it allows you to use your imagination. You're not bound to someone else's version of what a character or scene looks like.
Ask me a question.
How many books have you read in the past year that weren't required reading for school?
7.
Well, that's great. I hope you continue reading more. What kind of books do you like?
Sci-fi.
That makes sense. I'm guessing that even though the movies and TV shows can have amazing visuals, the ones in your head when you're reading are always better. Well, I feel like I know a little more about how you keep yourself entertained. There is so much being produced out there for your perusal. Movies, books, TV,
Hey, buddy.
music. If your full-time
brother
job
out of the way,
was
that's
being
mean.
entertained, you probably still wouldn't be able to take it all in. Nor would you want to, I guess, because there's a lot of garbage out there, too. But as far as I know, human beings are the only animal smart enough to entertain itself in a complex way. So I say, take advantage of as much of it as you can. Even if you're just staring at a cop show eating bonbons for an hour.
Oh, God. Ask me a question.
Well, I'll talk to you later, my friend.
No, you won't. Talk.
You know, it struck me that I've been around you for quite some time now, participating in your daily routines. However, I'm not quite sure exactly where we are. I'm guessing we are somewhere in America, but the details are fuzzy. Like you, fuzzy.
Aw.
Anywho, I was wondering if you'd be so kind as to tell me which state we're residing in currently.
Maryland.
The great state of Maryland.
Yes.
Did you know that Maryland was the lucky 7th of the original 13 colonies? I kid you not. So tell me, what big city are we closest to?
Washington, D.C.
The nation's capital? Well, when aliens finally attack Earth, you can rest assured you'll be the first to meet them.
Would you like to save and end the session?